This is KGGM TV channel 13 Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's 10 o'clock. And it is time now for KGGM News 13, the late night report at 10 p.m. Here now, Peter Wiggins. Good evening, everybody, and here's what's happened on this Monday evening, December 2nd, 1991, on the News 13 Late Night Report. State District Judge Steve Herrera on Monday stopped showing him found District Attorney Chet Walter in contempt of court. The judge chose to wait 10 days before issuing an order in an increasingly ability to fight over KM elk. Herrera said Walter has crossed the line and signaled an intent to violate the Douglas court order that directed the state to trap force-raided on wild elk and deliver them to two private game parks within the Chamaland and Cattle Committee by the April 1992, the headquarters of the Ridge, or in north central New Mexico, about 20 miles from the Colorado border. Each elk has an average value of $6,000, so that the total worth of the elk involved in the order nearly $3 million. The elks were released from the game parks in 1974 to populate the surrounding ridge with elk. As part of the case launched by the state in 1989, in which Chamaland and Cattle was accused of illegally luring wild elk to the game parks, then the courts have ruled that force-raided on elk rightfully belong to the game parks and must be returned.
Concerns about possible links to organized
Pirate Shiite Muslim captors said today that would free American educator Ellen Steed.
until voters there said no thanks. But at a press conference,
When 40 hours drowned in a hostage saga in Lebanon near to final resolution. News about the impending release came only after the freeing of fellow American hostage Joseph Scipio. 6-1 Scipio of Northtown, Pennsylvania became the 8th Western hostage freed since August. The release of Scipio on Monday, the announcement of Steen revealed that the kidnappers' new strategy of freeing all foreign hostages by Christmas returned for a promise for the release of Arabs detained in Israel, some Lebanon, and Europe. Muslim fundamentalist officials at Babat said, besides Steen, American journalist Terry Anderson and 2 Germans are still held, and Talon is missing, but he's quoted the reports he is dead.
Can touch the excitement.
Apparently referred to the UN brokered against them for the release of Western Arab and Israeli captives in the Middle East and the Islamic Jihad for the liberation of Palestine, said we announced our complete commitment with its consent with a clause stipulated the release of the hostages first. We will release American Island Steed within 40 hours and the hope of fulfilling the commitment of the concerned parties. That strategy is a departure from the old policy of the hostage takers, which involves simultaneous trading of hostages by mere prisoners. A voted decision to release the hostages essentially. We bound in Germany, American Justice Scipio looked weary and fearful but declared it is readiness to start by new life. After Monday night on a special U.S. military flight after more than 5 years of captivity in Lebanon. A thin and rainless man, Scipio told reporters arrived in Damascus early Monday. I would like to put it all behind me and I would like to get on with a new day. And the next day is the first new day of my new life. He said his captors had threatened to kill him 3 times and moved him more than 20 times during his captivity. Scipio, 6-1, said it with written. Last 2 months, his captors had rushed him to the hospital for emergency surgery, reported leading to treating an intestinal ailment. Knows that surgery prompted concern among the U.S. military doctors who greeted the former hostage.
for 20 years,
Our medical team has accompanied the Scipio on his flight to Germany to make a preliminary assessment of his health.
because you have the driver, we didn't have to look for
8 buses would not be enough for a viable city transit system. A city committee said Monday that we recommended an additional study of a 13-bus startup system that would cost NSB $1.09 million. Despite concerns about the routes and costs of the city finance committee, unanimously voted to recommend that staff members develop plans to implement a 13-bus transit system. The committee stressed that the routes must be extended to the residential neighborhoods. The proposed 13-bus system would cost about $555,000. The 13-bus system almost stressed that amount. The city already intends to launch an 8-bus system next September that would be including 3 major routes covering the city's main thoroughfares: Cerritos Road, Prosperity, Peralta, Broadway Street, and St. Michael's Drive, Osage Avenue, and Garcia Street. To create an intuitive, viable system, 8 is not enough. Committee member Bernard B. Hoover said, we got this move as fast as I could to get to this 13-bus system in place. Committee member Larry DeGaldo said, despite the enthusiasm for the larger system, committee members Chris Hans proposed routes for the 13-bus plan because they did not penetrate far enough into residential neighborhoods and into the south and west sides, which have been growing faster than any other areas of the city staff members were directed to study new routes where to finance the system. However, top 5 extra buses should be leased to purchase and proposed extra routes include 5-year State of Fake City Council Beauty Speed Hoover announced Monday that she will seek re-election next spring, saying that she wants to participate in the key upcoming elections. On the council decision to work on regional planning issues, Speed Hoover, the second council to announce Kansas City, said that she didn't want to wait for the council to set new districts or announce her. That decision and council plans to vote on the new districts on Friday. I love to work, and really I would like to continue on the council. I'm going to run wherever district says I've got to do it serving at AD here inside the council from District 2, which covers the city's east and southeast sides. Been over 6 days, been undergoing radiation treatment for breast cancer for the 6 months, and she didn't want to make a decision about whether until she was covered about her health. Treatment to wipe out a high count of cancer cells in her body and did it up to what she said. I only want to know I'm healthy. I'm as healthy as anybody at this point. For my prognosis is very good. 4 council seats will be up for grabs on March 3rd. Council Debbie Jarmil said he intends to seek re-election. Councilors Phil Grego and Carl Gilligas and not said that they intended to run. No known in the cabinet as announced Kansas City. Bean Newber has been appointed to the council by Mayor Sam Pick to replace. West Palm Beach, Florida. William Kennedy Smith listened solemnly Monday as a prosecutor that depicted him as a cruel and vicious rapist and a turning point to him as the man who made the wailing woman to love in the moonlight. That different versions came as a testimony began in a sensational trial of Senator Edward M. Kennedy's nephew, accused of raping a woman at the Kennedy family estate last Easter weekend. Earlier Monday, a judge decided not to let the 3 other women testify about the claims that Smith had sexually assaulted them in the 1980s. The real and deflated prosecution efforts to show that Smith has a history of abusing women, but Assistant State Attorney Boyer Lash said that she would prove her case. Anyway, the evidence will demonstrate that the defense's conduct was not only cruel, violent, and against her will. It was most importantly criminal due to the laws of Florida, and Lush told the jury 4 women and 2 men. Defense lawyer worried about how the incident was a romantic encounter between 2 people that attracted to each other. He said that the Smith and the woman who said that she went and raped and met at a bar, went to the state, hugged and kissed to the car and went to the beach. They got into foreplay the day meanwhile seat back. It was a totally conscientious act of love between 2 people. Lash told the women to the Kennedy estate only to be pursued by a ferocious young man who told her no one would leave her. She claimed rape. He was a famous, prominent person. She was no person. She said the women had feared that the police would take no action against the powerful Kennedys. Black, however, said the women had made up the rape story after Smith acted as cold after sex. She had expectations here that were not fulfilled, he said. Black also said he would prove that the women lied about many deaths. The lawyer spoke about Circuit Court Judge Mary Luper rejected prosecutors' bid to present evidence from 3 women who said Smith sexually attacked them in the 1980s. Luper gave no explanation. Prosecutors hoped to prove that Smith had a history of attacking pretty and then escorted brunettes after charming his way into their confidence. Smith accused a 30-year-old Florida woman is a brunette who says she met him on March 3rd of the popular Palm Beach District attack. He said, "Find her back to the state where she says she was raped."
Begging for a curtain call. But Williams just disappeared into the dugout. And
incumbent now president and his husband, female companion.
Gods do not That wouldn't come until the 1999 All-Star Game. It was then that an 8-year-old Ted Williams
in Rio Beaver, Peter Glitch caused overbilling on recent property tax bills.
Hitting shelves tomorrow, we see a different side. Ben Bradley Jr. worked as a reporter and editor at the Boston Globe for 25 years.
Espanola, Rio County property owners were recently shocked by the amount listed on the property tax bills. Should take our computer glitch caused a million and correct bills stood will be out the way. Assessor Ralph Garcia said a computer problem.
I did do my homework.
Of the computer program problem, double the bills about 18,000 homeowners recently made improvements to their properties. As a precaution, all 30,000 Rio County property owners should throw away the property tax bills they received, the county officials said Monday.
Right away, because it was such a bizarre.
Anyone who made improvements got bills that were incorrect. Instead of running home these bills again, we've been telling Rio County residents to screw out the bills, we'll send them a new one.
That dark and bizarre cryonics episode.
Garcia said it would take about 3 weeks to have the new bill and forms printed and the correct bills would be mailed, he said. Ted Grumman, director of the State Department of Finance and Administration local government division, said the error occurred because the program handed about the county to have forgotten to remove last year's tax rate from the program before inserted this year's rate. In the meantime, schools and governments depend on a portion of the property assessments would have to wait for their money, he said. County Treasurer David Chavez was not available for comment. A public legal advertisement said the correct bills would be misled no later than January 6th and deadline payment is January 16th.
And that whole section on the pact, which was that bizarre handwritten note.
I will have the weather after this commercial break. Stay tuned on News 13.
Be frozen in this bizarre way at that Albuquerque thing. It looked like a hoax to me. It looked like totally bogus, and I kind of thought that's where you were leading me to. Yeah.
Well, yeah, this was a note that Claudia says they signed in November of 2000, about a year and a half before Ted died. And she said that this was something that they wanted to do together, and that they wanted to be...
Dot your eyes. This black knit top and black white polka dot leggings by Pinwheels at $20. White turtleneck by Pinwheels $20, and white 100% connoisseur by Abstract Tot for $30, and red 100%. We'll have a minimum $35. And present your student ID card to receive a 25% off the regular price item in our junior department for December at JCPenney.
Legal document. It was kept in John Henry the Son's car.
At the Villa Mall in Santa Fe and location around New Mexico, where?
They say that they never intended for it to go public, that it was just a family deal, but...
Yeah, there's a little pull quote I took out of near the last couple of chapters of the book. And
Falling interest rates, the long and short of it. Dean Witter has some attractive alternatives for measuring success, even with interest rates at the lowest levels of 2 years. Dean Witter can show you how to get a high current rate on your investment from our family mutual funds. Dean Witter Short-Term U.S. Treasury Trust, Dean Witter U.S. Government Security Trust, and Dean Witter Government Securities Plus. Each of these funds is a high-quality portfolio of foreign U.S. government securities, which are issued and guaranteed by U.S. government agencies. Investment in these funds are professionally managed by Dean Witter Intercapital to provide you with the current income and safety of our principal of our course. As with many other investments, share price and yields will fluctuate. Call it Dean Witter County Executive today. Ask about how the Dean Witter family of mutual
kids really
funds and discover how you get a high current return on your investments. Dean Witter, manager in success, one investor at a time. In Santa Fe at 510 North Quarterly Street, 505-982-8552.
And that's what she considered her primary mission in life. And Ted and his younger brother came second. They'd be sitting on the doorstep at 10, 11 o'clock at night and waiting for someone to cook them dinner.
Okay, now on the weather here.
Down the street.
Right now, our current conditions at Albuquerque Airport at 10 p.m. on this Monday night, December 2nd, 1991, we got a temperature of 30 degrees at a temperature with a winds knocking off was about 17 miles per hour. Dew point is about 13 degrees and humidity is 49%, and ground pressure 30.19 inches and visibility of about 15 miles. Okay, around the state, it is 23 at Santa Fe, 20
he spent a lot of time doing
out in
visit sick kids in hospitals.
27 in Clovis, 48 Roswell, 42 Dobbs, 42 Carlsbad, 29 Alamogordo, 30 out of Tuva consequences, 31 out in that place, 38 in Deering, 42 in El Paso, 8 in Gallup, 17 in Los Alamos, and 14 in Farmington.
On the ball field, and he would make
okay, let's take a look.
And that would help him to go on tears and hit 500 for a couple of
national forecast for tomorrow will be showing line and rain showers from the Gulf states from Louisiana stretching down to the Appalachians and in the Western Carolinas there, and a couple of bouts of rain showers in eastern Arkansas stretching from the Tennessee and Kentucky and down for the Virginias and down for southwestern Pennsylvania and southern Ohio Valley here, and a couple of ice pelts from eastern Missouri down for Illinois and central Indiana and northern Ohio. And snow showers and heavy snow from northern Minnesota down to North Dakota down to northeastern Montana, and rain showers in western Washington. High pressure will be centered in Canada, in Quebec. Low pressure will be centered in northern Mississippi. High pressure will be centered off California, and low pressure is centered off southeastern North Dakota here. It'll be sunny and warm in Florida, sunny and pleasant in the southwest, sunny in California, and partly and chilly in New England and in the upper Midwest states. So our forecast for tomorrow will be most of the skies high at 40, low about 20 degrees. And for tomorrow, for Wednesday, most of the skies high at 41, low about 18 degrees. Forecast for North Central Mountains today. Tomorrow areas of fog in the morning. Otherwise, most of the day warm at northwest with about 10 to 50 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, fair down it's cold north and northwest with about 10 to 50 miles per hour. Wednesday, few high clouds, 5 to 10 to 40 degrees and near 18. And Taos near 48 near 9. And Los Alamos near mid 30s and near 16. Santa Fe near 40 18 degrees.
The old Negro League players. And
Upper Rio Grande Valley. Tomorrow for Wednesday, most of the days with fair skies at night. Warmer tomorrow and not as cold tomorrow night. Espanol upper 40s near 14 degrees and New Mexico extended. Fair for Saturday, fair and dry. Highs mostly 40s at the mountains and 50s at the mid 60s in low elevation. Lows -5 to plus 20 mountains and 20s in the low 30s in low elevation.
He covered up his entire life. because he was a first.
Almanac Extremes. Fort Myers, Florida. High temperature, 88 degrees. That's the warmest place you want to be.
The black players.
International Falls, Minnesota. Minus 20 degrees. First full moon December 14th, full moon December 21st, last full moon November 20th, and no moon December 6th. Sunrise tomorrow 6:57 a.m. Sunset tomorrow about 4:50. That's gonna be the weather, and I'll have sports after this commercial break. Stay tuned.
So upset.
That was one of the low moments of his career. He'd had a rare strikeout, and he was a perfectionist.
Okay.
That he went to fling his bat. He intended to throw it on the ground, but it had the.
Let's take a look at what is going on in the world of sports here.
Into the box seats and hit this old lady. She was bloodied, and it looked bad.
The Philadelphia Eagles keep their playoff hopes alive as they defeat the Houston Oilers, who were poised to win the AFC Central with a 13-6 victory over the Houston Oilers, as the Eagles go to 8-5. Tied for second place with Dallas in the East, while Houston will stay at 9-4.
I said, Jesus, Joe, this doesn't look good. The old lady, she's got to sue the team. Oh, there'll be no lawsuit, says Cronin, very definitively.
And one NBA game, it was New York Edgerton shot 99-97.
She loves Ted Williams.
Princeville, Hawaii was held heading your winner in the Seniors Golf Challenge in Hawaii. 4 strokes of Bruce Devlin.
All right, Ben Bradley.
Won the NHL game was New York Rangers 4, Philadelphia 2. Prep scores in the Monday in the girls basketball. FTC 42, Dexter 39.
Where blue laws bar stores from opening on
Football teams Division 1, Penn State ranked first place.
So many people flock to stores on Thursday.
In the Lambert
Black Friday sales.
Maryland's trophy
Today,
for football teams in the Northeast.
shopping days till Christmas, the focus is shifting.
Division 1 AA, Delaware ranked first place. Division 2 Indiana, Pennsylvania ranked first place, and Division 3 Ithaca, New York ranked first place.
You can shop online, anytime, anywhere. But back in 2005, shoppers returning to work after Thanksgiving were
And WTA Money Leaders, medical sales gear leader.
tooling for deals. And so the term Cyber Monday was coined.
We know that Cyber Monday is really going to draw the crowds.
Vicki Cantrell is the executive director of Shop.org, which estimates 131 million people.
For the one time, the Santa Fe High and then State Rival Albuquerque High will meet in boys basketball budget game. Tomorrow night, contest will be the Toby Riviera. Momo Janae's in approximately 7:30 p.m. in the Nevada and Salmon. The series began in 1916. It's always been a good rivalry, said Jim Holzman, the longtime coach at Albuquerque High, said Monday by telephone. Holzman, in fact, played for Albuquerque and Santa Fe for 3 straight years from 1946 to 1948. That game drew a sellout crowd about 2,600 in Albuquerque High. Jim Leslie and Bob Rodriguez, Santa Fe 10th year head coach, says he hopes the Demons fan a little bit to Jim tonight. It's one of the biggest rivalries in the state. We've had some battles. I just hope the fans come out and support the kids. That's the battle. I can stress enough how important the fans for the team. Rodriguez has 4 returners starters, but after he said he doesn't have much depth. We have maturity, but I'm just a little worried that I would see how supported cast is going to have along. The cast will be started. Supporter starters Leon Dix, Amrian Espinoza, Martin Moriarty, Josh Gonzalez. All return starters are new point guard Jesse Clabonete. The sophomores Joe Fuertes, who starts at 6 feet, Victor Petila at 5'8", and David Munson's 5'8", also coming off the bench will be Christian Quintana, 5'5", Joe Naya, 5'8", and Mark McKinney, who joined the basketball team after completing the football season as starting quarterback. Albuquerque leads the series 6-1-42, and Holzman is 24th season as head coach of the Bulldogs has amassed a 478-128 loss record when he faces the rebuild job this year. He lost all 5 starters and 11 players from a team that went 21-3 and 12-0 in District 2. 4A. The Demons finished 13-11 last year at 73. The district went 4A. The Bulldogs won the 3rd straight district title last year. Lost to Sandia the first round of the state playoffs. Albuquerque won the state title 2 years ago and was runner-up 3 years ago. Mark Herrera is Albuquerque's only return player. The 5'10" senior will start at the point guard and will be surrounded by a group of players who logged their 24 record at the junior varsity level last season. Holzman will be running double post offense. 6'1" junior Yoel Gredas at 6' senior Fred Sanders to the side of these. Jane Dominic Rivas 5'10" at 6'2". Senior David Torres will start at the wings. On defense, Holzman likes to mix the things up. Scrambling eggs, he said. We'd like a combination so different change ups on the front line.
How you spend it. So you talk about online. And I think every time you look at those numbers, you've got to look at them very carefully. You've got to distinguish between where you finally spend.
Santa Ana, California. Fresno State quarterback Mark Bassani and Pennsylvania Brian Benjamin was named Big West Conference
Might not be that
Co-Offensive Players of the Year Mondays by the league's coaches. New Mexico State players have chosen for all conference teams included tight end Todd Cutler, Parker Garrett Henson, kickoff returner Fred Montgomery, and inside linebacker Steve Kimball.
going into the
Utah State inside linebacker Dale Lyles and Fresno State free safety Buckhead Pope shares the defensive players of the year honors, while Fresno State coach Jim McSweeney and Utah State coach Chuck Stelterware select the coaches of the year. Bastari, a 6'2", 190 pounds senior from Ventura, California, was a national leader in the pass defense regime before breaking the fibula in his left leg October 19th against New Mexico State. New York, Bobby Manila, the top available free agent in off-season, agreed on Monday night to a $29 million 5-year contract with the New York Mets that makes him the highest-paid player in basketball. A source speaking of the condition he identified said the contract could include $27.5 million in the
And now they've got this.
guaranteed salary over the 5 years and an additional $1.5 million in the payment for promotional activities. The $5.8 million average value makes Manila the highest-paid player in baseball, top of the $5.38 million that Roger Clemens will be averaging in the 4-year extension begins with the Boston Red Sox next year. Wayman going in at this is 10 a.m. since the kill, but it's been a long day. The total amount of the deal breaks the record set by Jose Canseco to this $523.5 million contract with the Oakland Athletics. We all tickled up with Bobby in a Mets uniform. Sandman general manager Al Harrison said.
But some of this is about.
Manila, a 20-year-old outfielder, chose the Mets software with the Phillies and the California Angels. The Pittsburgh Pirates, his former club, ultimately enough of the Chicago Cubs and the Chicago White Sox. I'm very excited about, pleased about golfing. I'm just looking forward to getting it started. Manila hit day 302 last season for Pittsburgh with 18 homers and 100 RBIs and rejected several offers to re-sign with the Pirates. Steve Schneider, Gilbert Lawrence said spent today a negotiation with the Mets as the various offers involved. It was just the things, a process of working for the things you have to work out through. It's came from them to the point that the Mets feel that they want to play away from winning.
Delivering, and you can get things the same day if you live in Los Angeles or New York from Amazon, is actually going to deliver profit to retailers.
Paris Unforgettable, that was a headline across the front of the French Sports Daily on Monday as the nation saving one of its sweetest sporting traps to the emotional upset in the United States in the Davis Cup final. The Heroes guy Forget, Henry LeConte and Captain Yannick Noah were still playing in Lion Net Club at 3 a.m. 9 hours after Forget's to be the Pete Separate Canadian French claimed the cup for the first time in 59 years. As they celebrated, the virtually every newspaper in France was giving off the presses with their sports splash across the front page. Even though State Laval news sports covers altogether had a front page story and the full page spread in the back page included the dispatch from Washington reported that the final had received little attention from the United States. For the French, it was a difficult to determine who was the biggest hero of the weekend. One Parliament member, Eric Ralph Parples, all three principals, the Legion of Honor, France's eyes ward. There was Forget, solidly established as the world's number 7 player.
fascinating discussion this afternoon.
Our team is stuck with a reputation for the ball and showing Christian match with that reputation third runner. The loss in the NBA seen in the match. Part of his race passed for evidence and the winning beat Sempers with booming aces on several of the most nerve-wracking points. One of these aces came on in the second serve with Sempers holding a break point that could have held up, put him back in the match. Mike Back was having an so on this risk everything Forget said. There was Lukaku was rather career seemed to jump after backstory in July. He played only a handful of matches since then and ranking fell to 159, but he's playing enough to ready to the trade decision to convince Noah that he should make the team. The gamble paid off, and Friday against Cyprus, Lukaku played what Noah called the match. What dream would you play? An inspired fun spot with straight set victory of a Cyprus and fights back.
Smoothly integrated.
In connection, Forget's lost players see Lukaku's intensity proof contagious as a team wouldn't forget and meet that US double team of Ken Fletch and Robert Seguso, US captain Tom Gorman called. Lukaku demanded the match and Fletch said his play was a top 10 caliber. And finally there was Noah. He played in the Davis Cup, lost it to the United States in the 82 final and the 89 quarterfinals, and he attempted to play again this year. He said he wanted his new world's captain.
But it costs money to keep those stores open. You have to pay in many stores you're paying time and a half, right? You're going to slash and burn on prices. And all we really got in the dynamic, with the exception of players like J. Crew, which I think is very, very savvy about how they price and where they don't discount, just like Apple, right? What it all shakes down is, the bottom line is eroded here. So is this sustainable? Is it really delivering better value? Are we better off, running to the stores at 8 o'clock?
Albuquerque, Eastern New Mexico's work-hard basketball team put in a bold call night. The Division II Grand underdogs, but hardly overwhelmed, used 11 three-pointers in his own defense to topple Division I New Mexico 81-76 by the night. Jeff completed for 23 points, including 6 3-pointers as the Grands pulled off an early season upset over New Mexico program that went to the NCAA tournament last season. Ace played his 5th game of the 5 days, held off the Lobo Rally after one of the biggest upset win since the capture at 8 National House. 6 out of his first win over Duplex scored 13 tries. The Grand showed no signs of their game in that schedule and puts a 5-1. Duplex with 2-3 lost to the first straight home. For the first time since 88 one season, Grand coach Earl Diddle said the matter of fact after the win that the
That's tomorrow. I'm Emily Rooney.
5
Thanks for watching.
straight games that have been just what the team needed. We worked out well. Diddle said we played well and then we not out. And his kids experienced enough that they didn't have real highs or real lows with the kind of consistent that's the market of this team. Cooper had 69 3-pointers playing guard. Shunto Joshua had 18 points at Jason Gay. Scored all 15 in his points in the second half. Cooper recruited in Indiana State by Diddle when Diddle was. That's this and doing it. As followed in Destiny Shipley made. The Boston went New Mexico's man-to-man defense allowed them. They were face guarding me. They did a real good job of it. They kept force being far out. Cooper said when they Englishman man gave them a lift and it's all out us to spread the defense out. New Mexico never utilized its superior height so ENMU's outside shooting led by Steve Logan with 22 points and Valerie McCray 15. New Mexico State Bliss who was team up in the year with it. Back-to-back wins suggested that the locals may have simply forgotten how to win. We played this game and it was the wrong time and then just so tentative it's a great win for Houston but it's a terrible loss for us.
It's your home for public television.
I don't understand how in a couple of weeks we become so fragile. The Lobos were again victimized by opponents' stone defense. Blitz said the team's offensive problems created holes else.
Like the new front line and beat the press. Bring the days
In basketball scores, it was
smart, insightful conversation.
Saw 96, Amistad 80. It was Connecticut 84, Wake Forest 85. Michigan over Detroit 174.
Consistent viewership and support. Viewers
And North Carolina State 78, Pittsburgh 77.
GBH is built. We appreciate your support at every level
And
do our best to
after slow first half, Santa Fe Indian School, Red Braves lift up the nickname by picking the pace and at this is Santa Fe Prep 63, 39, 99 in boys basketball action. We came on a little cycle to take us a little while to get going. Said John Gummy SVFS says Estes course we put in a full court press just before halftime that sort of woke us up a little bit and got a running game going a little bit. We took too many 3-point shots and we needed to book the ball a little bit more. Calvin says we echoed by Alfredo Lujan, Pep's coach. We only they shot 3 balls and 1 point, and then that's a terrible statistic that Lujan was Will Griffins on our own when they got us on. Lujan said Louis Phillips got us hot. They are hot enough in the third quarter. We just couldn't penetrate the ball. As a result, they blew us out. Prep trailed the Braves 19-14 after 1 quarter, then 20 after. Will Griffins missed 8 free throws within the first half, which gave Lujan hope that the team could stay within the faster Braves, but Prep is missing 2 experienced players. Franz Donovan and Andy Joseph both were injured SFSs. Eventually capitalized on a Prep up. Locked event after where their host down. We showed improvement. Grimley said we did better Monday than when he did last week against Mesa Vista. The Braves 1-1 Santa Fe Indians
fundraiser free on every
broke the game open with the third quarter win. Scored Prep 18-6 and the Braves finished the romp with a 16-30 fourth quarter advantage after Prep Lujan said he's going into stressing importance again and a ball inside of a high percentage shots. Most outscoring came from the perimeter. Lujan said we're going to have to correct the leaning and also block out the boards better. Also, we're waiting for the team to get healthy. Phillips led all scores of 19 points and was joined by double figures by teammates Tinini Tutasi, who had 11 and Gray, Ruben who had 10. Andrew Faber had scored 13 for Prep and teammate McNash at 10. In girls basketball action on Monday, Mesa Vista 92, MST 13-1. Your team gets shut out twice in the first quarter. And your opponent scores snowballs when it's difficult close to beat Dawes Roberts, but girls never gave up, she said. After the New Mexico for the Deaf Roadrunners, Olds were easily beaten by Mesa Vista. I can give him credit. I have 2 out and 6 and 4 who haven't returned from Thanksgiving yet. I played a freshman. And Jacal Devalis, she played the whole game with that kind of so it's very easy to give, but we had a player foul out and have to pull out a very new player, Chris Harrison from the JV. Mesa Vista 1-0.
Down into monthly installments of say $10
was led by Jessica Vasquez, 21 points, and Jamie Hill scored 9 for MSD. The Trojans led 56 at halftime and 33-8 after 3 quarters. The Red Runners play host to Albuquerque Christian Life today at 5. And UNLV coach Chuck getting as good as given. Word the Rebels are back. And number 1 when UNLV beat LSU number 9, 76-55. The victory bouts UNLV back into the Switch Press top 25 at number 24.
Become a sustainer for just $12 a month, and we will send you both films on John F. Kennedy
and $1,200
as well as the one from America.
Pay respect to tribute to fall hockey coach Bob Johnson.
Or donate online.
Including members of the Pittsburgh Penguins, touch and scene, and Paul Name change top TC and gender. And former Pittsburgh Pirates GM Sid Riff joins Cubs as Larry Himes is 8. And that's going to be it for the double for the KGGM News 13. Late night report on this Monday, December 2nd, 1991. I'm Pearson. Have a good night. See you tomorrow for News 13. Good night. Have a good day tomorrow. Good night.